It is BS in the Morning. Brad and Shelley. She's Brad. I'm Shelley. You can check out our website at bsinthemorning.show. Shelley, have you ever heard of the Waffle House Index?
I have actually.
You
My
have.
Sil actually sent it over and said that because he's listening today, and
No,
he
no,
said
no.
that it's
This,
used by
this is
FEMA.
you're cheating. You're cheating. That's what I was going
Hey,
to say.
man, I did a what is that?
You're
A call to
cheating.
help.
You're
He
cheating.
actually just texted it to
I'm
me.
supposed to sound like the smart guy, and you're supposed to sound like the, well, anyway.
The who I am.
I heard this.
He was showing some pity on me
Okay.
because he knew I didn't know the answer to the question, Brad.
This was because of the fact that the hurricane is, and man, it just gets worse. I mean, it's a Category 5.
It's down to a 3.
Oh, it's down to a 3 now?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's still moving super slow. I mean, it's not moving very fast, and that's the
No,
thing
it's
that
not. It's
everybody
just
worries
still
about.
pummeling
Right.
the Bahamas.
Right. And headed toward the east coast of Florida, and then unfortunately probably up the coast through Georgia and the Carolinas. Okay, the Waffle House Index is an informal metric used by the FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, to determine the effect of a storm and the likely scale of assistance required for disaster recovery. Okay, you might say, no, hold on a minute. What does the Waffle House have to do with emergency preparedness and emergency reaction when they go in after the emergency? Do you know where this started?
Waffle House?
No, Joplin. 2011, the Joplin tornado.
Really?
Yes, it started right
okay.
here
Yeah,
in the
that
state
that
of...
was just
Yes,
horrific.
right in the state of Missouri. At the time, FEMA Administrator Craig Fugate, following the 2011 tornado, he observed that the 2 Waffle House restaurants in Joplin remained open after the tornado. And here's what's interesting. The Waffle House Index is measured, the measure is based on the reputation of the restaurant chain Waffle House for staying open during extreme weather and for reopening quickly, albeit sometimes with a limited menu after very severe weather events such as tornadoes or hurricanes. Now, here's the levels, okay? This is, I'm not kidding when I say this. They actually use this. This is something the government uses. Waffle House Index Green, which means that the Waffle House restaurants in the area that has been impacted by a tornado hurricane has a full menu. Restaurant has power and damage is limited or no damage at all, okay? Waffle House Yellow, limited menu, no power or only power for a generator. Our food supplies may be low. And Waffle House Red, the restaurant is closed, indicating severe damage or severe flooding. Now, can I make a suggestion?
Well, first of all, question. Of course, you can always make a
No,
suggestion, but where do people see these red, green, and yellow?
They use it.
Do they have street signs?
No. They use it internally for FEMA, but now they're,
Oh, this is internally for FEMA.
Yeah, well, in other words, the idea being is that what kind of reaction FEMA is supposed to have in these areas. So the idea being is that the Waffle Houses are, that these people that run, the company that owns the Waffle Houses, they're essentially saying, hey, we stay open no matter what. So in other words, if the place is open, and like, for example, they talked about the 2 Waffle Houses in Joplin, it means that it was a horrific event, but it wasn't totally widespread. And a lot of people have the misnomer that Joplin, the entire city of Joplin, just disappeared. And that's not the case. It was a huge, monstrous tornado that was very wide, but there was a lot of Joplin that was untouched. And in this case, the 2 Waffle Houses that were in Joplin were untouched. So that essentially told FEMA that, okay, there's some severe damage there, but the Waffle Houses are open, which means that the damage was not completely widespread. Okay, yellow, meaning that if all the Waffle Houses in that area were down to a limited menu, and even to think about this, no power or power from a generator, food supplies may be low, which means that, they're just sort of running on fumes. And red would mean that they're closed or, worse off, that the restaurant doesn't exist anymore, that it's been destroyed. And there's a picture, if you go to Wikipedia, there's a picture right on, if you just search on Wikipedia Waffle House Index, and there's a picture of a Waffle House in Biloxi, Mississippi, after Hurricane Katrina struck, and there's nothing left of the restaurant except for like partial concrete block wall and the stools at the counter. There's like 5 stools that are sticking out of the concrete. The
And the sign. The sign is
and
left.
the sign is there, and the rest of the restaurant is gone. It's just gone. So that would be Waffle House red because there is no more Waffle House. So what you're going to hear and what's happened is this was an internal thing used within FEMA, and now they're using it externally, and FEMA is actually talking about this to the press. So now when you hear the Waffle House Index, you know what that's about. And it really is, to me, it's sort of a tribute to the Waffle House people. And what I'm saying is our school administrators would be smart to listen to this.
How do you figure?
Because, the wind blew and a branch dropped off my tree in my front yard. I'm the superintendent. We got to close schools today.
Oh, Brad, you just never.